you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I think you all get enthused by what Mr. Strasser was saying. And I think that's, you got me fired up. But I want to bring some other things to the party. I know some folks are saying Augusta County is causing this problem. Augusta County is no more causing this problem than the city of Stanton, the residents of Stanton are causing the problem. It's our elected leaders.
Yes.
It's folks that are not hearing the people. They can't come together because they answer to a different bill. That bill is time sheets, it's Allen Dahl, it's money, it's politics. It is not you folks. I write a Saturday column for the News Virginian. Last week I hit this issue. This past week I hit this issue because people have to know what's been going on is unethical. It borders on illegal. It's not the way things are supposed to be done. There's not supposed to be secret meetings where decisions are made and they confer with other people. The people know stuff, I never had a public hearing when I didn't get something I didn't know before. You go into thinking, I got it all down. Just because people were elected in May didn't give them 20 years of experience. It didn't give them an understanding of who you are. And the people of Augusta, and the supervisors of Augusta County are forgetting the people of Augusta County. They're on a roll to get done what they think they have the power to do. And it's wrong. Now, I found out today that you've got a petition drive. Sign the petition. You can recall your your council people. They are doing things. They've been doing things that aren't right. They aren't ethical. It's not the way it's supposed to be done. And they started doing it before they were even in office. You can't do that. And it's wrong. And they will learn if they were there long enough. I hope they aren't. But if they were in office long enough, they will learn that there's reasons for public hearings. There's reason for asking for the folks what they want to do. There are reasons that they're supposed to be representatives, not lords over everybody. Yeah. And they've gotten so caught up in their power that they think they can just roll over everybody. Excuse me. Excuse my mouth. I got a little thing here. I disagreed with my wife and she let me have it. So there's things that you start with that. You keep up what you're doing with the letters to the editor. You keep the pressure on. Those folks need to at least recuse themselves from a vote. Now I do want to tell you something that you may not agree with. But I always just say what I think. But if people of Augusta County, if they had their true way, they wouldn't touch this building. They would just keep it going as it wants to go. That's what the people wanted when they turned down the referendum. Yeah. They didn't want to spend $40 million. They didn't want to move it out there, both count. But if it comes to where a judge says you have to do something different, unless Stanton's willing to put up millions of dollars to make it so, it's wrong to ask Augusta County to spend $25 million more than it would cost to build out in Verona. That makes sense to those people. Out in Augusta County, we fight for the things we want. We are like Stanton. When we had the pipeline coming through, the folks stood up. Because that's what we do out there.
Yeah. Thank you.
They didn't think we could beat them, but they ain't coming through. But the people out there, they watch their money. They're just average folks who want to do it. So they have the right to have that. You have the right to have what you want downtown. When it was talking about what's happened to this community, it was your town council in the 60s that voted 4-1 to have urban renewal up along Central Avenue. Destroyed stuff. Destroyed stuff. You don't remember those 4, but you remember Patricia Mink, who was the one who said no. Because what have you got up there now? Just sterile buildings, no life. The grocery stores that we used to go to are gone. This is a food desert here now. You need life to come down here. You don't get that by adding to the courthouse. But I would tell you that if we do work together, there are things to keep that you don't have losses down in Stanton. You don't get that much revenue. When Mayor Oakes talks about the economic vitality, this is not a center for that. You don't get real estate tax, you don't get personal tax, you don't get food tax, you don't get sales tax, you don't get the taxes. Now, you get some residual benefit, but there's lots of ways to get that. This building is not going anywhere. Make it more accessible. If you make it a courthouse, you can't go in it anymore. People want to be in these things. So all I ask you to do is think about both sides of the thing. You should have this.
Thanks for your support.
Your Historical Preservation Commission was established as a result of what you did up on Central Avenue. It was 20 years later, but it happened. They need to be the controlling factor in what goes on down here, or you need to get rid of them, because they will not be able to hold their own from there on out. Because once you allow this to happen, you cannot tell anybody no. You did it for money, you did it for economics, you didn't care about the beauty, you didn't care about the history. So you can't tell the regular people no. So, sign the petition, write the letters, be amenable to things that make sense for everybody. But I'm with you, I'm going to keep writing letters. Sign up for the News Virginian.
Okay.
Thank you.